Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to a replay review. This one is going to be for Boomashock. And, should I move my camera a little bit up? Yeah, as well. Whatever. Okay, so he's going to be playing Rubick, as you can tell from the title of this thing, I'm sure. And this is his first replay review, so we're going to be entirely helpful. We're not going to flame him, we're not going to be mean. We're probably going to flame, actually. That's just how these go. But, it's all in good fun. Alright, let's see. Let's pause first. Let's see. MMR. He did not tell me his MMR, and it's not in his thing. Okay, so this is like a 4K, mid 4K game. Right? We saw 5K, we saw some other things. Okay, so let's just say for the sake of simplicity, we'll say like mid 4K, low to mid 4K. Regardless, obviously Boomashock is a good player, right? Like just statistically speaking, he's got it going on. So let's get on with this. All right. So starting items. Let's see. What did you buy the courier? Presumably you did, right? Yeah. Okay. So Enigma has tangos. He's smoked. He has a clarity. He probably gave an obs. You have one obs clarity. Okay. Gosh. Do I really have to do this math? Okay. I'm not gonna continue this math. Regardless. You know, your starting items are fine. I normally wouldn't have Circlet 2 branches, right? If we look at cost, Circlet is 165, 2 branches brings you up to 265. I would have bought a Windlace instead of this. You're going up against an offlaner that is not a hero that you necessarily need a wand against. Like if this was against a Bristleback, that might make a little more sense. But in general, when I play Rubick, I just have two obs courier. Then sometimes I'll buy the smoke. Rubick is a hero that I used to play. I played a ton on my climb to 5K, and I still play a lot of if I have the support, which is frequently. He's very good as a first pick. He's very good just in general. He's good in this game. You have a lot of amazing things to steal. Like, wow, that's unfortunate. But he's also one of these supports that you don't need any items. Like, I frequently, when I was climbing, people don't do this so much anymore because you have more gold and things are cost different. But when I was climbing, I would buy literally Tango, 2 Clarity, 2 Sentries, 2 Obs, and Courier. And a Smoke sometimes. Because it's just, you know, Rubick doesn't need things, right? He's just a good hero. Rubick is, I would say, one of the most utilitous. No, he's one of the most generally good supports. Like, there's never a game where I'm like, wow, this is a really bad Rubick game. Some games are better Rubick games, of course, but there's never a game where I'm like, wow, Rubick, what a terrible 5. It's always good. Always good. Highly recommend Rubick. So, picking-wise, you're off to a good start. Okay. Getting some good damage on him. Let's rewind a little bit, because we got distracted for no reason. Alright, so, it is 23. Our teammates are blocking. It's singular. We have a jungler, so we're going to want to be babysitting a little bit more. You're standing here. I would be positioning. Oh, okay. Okay. It seems a little preemptive. Okay. So what I want to point out here, right? When you're killing a Wind Ranger, frequently. Okay, so if you're killing a different offlaner, like if this was a Clockwork offlane. Then, oh wow, the random Clockwork, he has Windlace, Boots of Speed, wild. If it was a different offlaner, I think what you did was right. Normally, you'd want to be positioning here to start the harass instead of in these trees rather. But what do you do against a Wind Ranger or other comparable heroes that have escape mechanics? Is you get as many hits off as you can, and once she uses Wind Run, that's when you pull her back and all that, because not only are you eating up time, good pull by the way, not only are you manipulating where she is and being able to do more damage, but you are making it so that, wow, alright, that was a nice play by Windrunner. You're making it so that her clock is running down on Windrun, right? So that you probably would have gotten that kill had you done that, had you waited a little bit more. It's 53, you'd want to be stacking this. Right now you're just kind of soaking XP from this, your safe laner. Of course, you know, it's not a humongous deal, but right now, you know, this Wind Ranger is getting a lot. And she is going to get a lot because you guys are jungling, right? Like, that's just pretty fundamentally, I just have to mute this person because it's distracting. Pretty simply put, fundamentally, you don't want to soak unless you have to, right? If you realize, all right, this enemy offlaner is going to get as much XP, or is going to get a lot of XP, that's fine and acceptable because you have a jungler, right? Because you're getting more XP out of the jungle, all right? This is a great rotation. Okay, unfortunately, our mid laner has, like, nothing to his name. Okay, good. We waited for that. Ooh, that's unfortunate. All right, then we'll just leave. Our mid laner didn't really have anything to participate in that anyway, so, you know, such is life. Right now, I would... Okay, never mind. Let's go back to mid. Your mid laner didn't buy a... Oh, boy, if he dies here... Oh! Wow, that's unfortunate. So what you should do... never mind. I was gonna say, because if you were still like up here, then I would have doubled back and then just gotten XP and all that. But it looks like your mid laner is just weak. Hopefully, I always wonder when people send me these games, I'm like, man, I really hope this is not a stack game, because when I flame, like if I started flaming that Storm Spirit and pointing out like all the wrong things he did, that would be very bad. If it was like, oh, that's my best friend, but we're just gonna assume this is solo. So far, like, we're basically managing correctly, alright? Like, we're solo support, so things are less than ideal, in terms of, like, kill potential and all that. We're getting a lot of really good hits on this guy. Oh, is he gonna try to chase you down? Ooh. You get power shotted right now, that would be really bad. Oh, nice juke, alright. Oh, nice, alright. The dream. That was perfect. That was good. You kited him. He made a really greedy play, or she made a really greedy play because it is a Wind Ranger. And so you are. That was great. That was great. It's good. It's good when you're playing support too. Or it's really good. Mid also has this. There's a lot of mind games to zoning an offlaner and to going for kill potential and to gauging. God, this freaking Storm Spirit's so not good. Why is he not getting this range creep? Oh my god. Alright. There's a lot of mind games to gauging how defensive the offlaner is playing or how aggressive they're playing or, oh, are they going to make rotations or whatever. So that was really good in that you sussed out that she was not going to just run back immediately. She was going to be a little bit more aggressive. And then obviously you got to kill off that. So that was perfect. It was really close. Like, you know, it was scary times to be a Rubick. But obviously it worked out in the long run. One of these big reasons why people don't really play offlane Wind Ranger that much is just because like she's pretty easy to zone. Like you have one support and you zoned her quite a bit, and like we didn't pull enough, which kind of we suffered for. Oh, nice. All right, we're bottling up. The dream. All right, great play. Shrines are up. Enigma is just freely jungling. He's having a grand old time. Okay, this is a fine ward. They didn't deward anything already, so you're pretty safe on that front. We know that Clockwork's here, and we know that he's super fast and super scary. So this is very dangerous. Like, we may just die here. Oh, nice. You're going to cliff him? Oh, you tried. Now you're going to die for it, though. Oh, wow, what a BM. Okay, so that was just one of those plays where I don't know if we checked... Oh, man, lucky Storm Spirit. I don't know if we checked this earlier, but we knew that Clockwork had Boots Windlace, right? We saw Courier coming up. I always point at the screen in these. We knew that the Courier was coming up from up to somebody that was clearly up here because it was 6 minutes, right? And he was going to go get your rune. So logically, you know, you have to have... It's just a game sense thing. Being alright, I know that they're there. I know that the Clockwork has great kill potential on me. Excuse me. And I know that I need to be careful about him. I know that he has movement speed. He has good damage. He's been roaming around, so there's a good chance. You know, it's not going to be like Wind Rangers up here. It's not going to be Alina. It's going to be the Clock. So that's a little... you put yourself in a dangerous position, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. I'm just so distracted by how... this mid laner is playing. Okay. Where are we going? Okay, we're moving around. We're warding. This is a safe ward spot. We have a Night Stalker off lane who has not gone out and done anything. Let's see. KDA. Night Stalker. Oh, he's 2 and 3, so he's pretty much not doing anything. Okay. We had a good try for a rotation. Night Stalker should be rotating mid, but he's not. Alright, nice. Oh boy, you're dead now. I was gonna say, I appreciated the thought, but you really just need to stay away from this clock and this whole business. Well, let's actually rewatch that fight. God, it is so hot. Alright. Alright, so you're coming in from here. We see Wind Ranger's super low. Alright. We kill Wind Ranger, right? Storm Spirit has no mana, and he needs to run away, right? Okay, so you guys are running away just fine, but you stopped to creep block. That's where you make your mistake, right? You didn't need to creep block. You needed to just run. Trying to creep block is like... It's a low percent... No, it's not even a low percentage. Like, that was just the wrong call in that instance. Like, you can creep block if it was like a 4 Kunkka, or if it was like a 4 Night Stalker, or whatever. But if it's a 4 Clockwork, right, like, creep blocking a Night Stalker does... I mean, a Clockwork does not work. Like he uses battery assaults. That was a bit of a mistake on that part. But you did go 1 for 1, right? Like, Storm Spirit went back to base, but he didn't die. You died, but you killed Wind Ranger, which, you know, thinking farm party-wise, she is the 3 and you are the 5, so that equals out. So that was not bad. And you forced a big rotation from the enemy team. So, you know, it's fine. Team morale leader. Don't worry, you're doing great. What a nice guy. Alright. So, it's like almost, it's 8 minutes, 30 seconds. We're almost level 4, which is acceptable, but still low, right? If you're at this point, you want to be closer to like 4.5 or 5, ideally. Realistically, you won't be 6 by 8 minutes in a lot of games. Unless it's like a really high game. Really high kill potential game. Or just kill game. Okay. This is good. Oh boy. So close and yet so far. So I don't think that missed kill was at all your fault. I believe that was just because, like, Night Stalker had a bad engage. Enigma has the most bizarre leveling I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, if he had, I don't know. Oh boy. Oh, that was good. You're gonna get the double stun. Nice. All right. Golden. Oh god, PA. Yeah, he's going Battle Fury too. Alright, nice. We'll kill Lina here. Nice. Easy kill. Alright, so now's about the time where I would say the classic thing, especially in pubs, is you want to play a little more greedy and you want to, as the support, go get stuff, right? So you just had a whole bunch of people rotate bottom, we have people going back to base, we have people that are doing whatever the heck they want. You, as the support, should be taking this opportunity where your team is being more mobile to get something out of the map, whereas before you were at the whim of your team and the enemy team rotation-wise. So that's why, you know, like we just talked about, it's 10 minutes, you're just barely level 5. You could buy the tome and get close to 6. Your 6 obviously is a very big objective for you, big benchmark. One of the bigger things, well, okay, so let's talk about Rubick fundamentally. Rubick's biggest strength in the early game and mid game, well, mostly in the early game, or like the earliest part of the mid game, is that at level 7, he has a max level nuke, a stun, and a null field, or some people get 2 in stun. Most people don't, though, and especially not in this game. But more importantly, he also has spell steal, right? So normal heroes, you know, you just have your ult. But with Rubick, you have the potential to have 2 max level stuns, or a max level stun, a max level nuke, and another. I think I misspoke. Basically, you can have the equivalent of like somebody at level 9, right? Is because you're gonna have a stun and a nuke, and then you can also, on top of that, get another nuke at max level or another stun that's at max level. All these kind of things really change the function of Rubick as a hero. This is a really weak ganking duo. I don't know why you guys are doing this. Man, this guy is gonna die. God, your teammates. What a game. Alright. So, more importantly, you are doing exactly what we talked about, and you're saying, alright, my teammates are doing stupid things, so let's just dodge that and stay mid. I see they're going for mana boots. Personally, I mean, having a max level wand is fine. A lot of times, like early game, I just like having the stick and then getting a windlace. But, you know, whatever. That's just being nitpicky. Alright, nice. Now you have mana boots money. Alright. So you'll pick up mana boots here. Next, I would probably, in this game, this is a really good Glimmer Cape game. But personally, I prefer not to go first item Glimmer Cape. I like to have my first item be something like a Force Staff or a Blink Dagger. I would still buy a Windlace here. But yeah, I mean, it is like, you know, you want to have a Glimmer Cape, especially against Lina, against Wind Ranger, against Jakiro. Even Luna is good to have one against. But Force Staff I would go first just because, A, you want to have that for everything, Lina combo especially. But more importantly, you don't want your teammates or yourself to just get massacred by Clockwork over and over again. So if you have a Force Staff that can protect you, but also protect your allies when Clockwork inevitably goes on them. I do occasionally also just rush Blink. Oh man. Alright, we'll kill that guy anyway. Okay. Alright, we didn't even have to use Black Hole. That's good. Oh boy, our boys are gonna get got. Alright, we have ult now. Okay, we still Power Shot. Oh, yikes. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Oh my god. This Clockwork is honestly just styling on you guys. It's actually unreal. Wow. Okay, stuff going up top. So that was just a bad engage, right? Like, they had people rotating on you guys. You guys got an early kill, but it gave them enough time to rotate. You guys had an Enigma that was not able to use his skills. Like, he wasn't able to use Black Hole. He just put out, like, a Midnight Pulse at level 2 and a Malefice. And Midnight Pulse doesn't, like, it scales well into the game, but it's not good from the get-go. If that makes sense, right? Like, fundamentally, right now, people have less HP, right? So doing 3.75% of their max pool sounds good, but in reality is not nearly as much as it will be, you know, 20 minutes from now when people have naturally more stats. That's why, like, I usually max Malefice and Demonic Conversion, because Demonic Conversion, if you max that, you're so efficient in the jungle. Granted, I'm not an Enigma player. I just play Enigma sometimes. Regardless, like, things are going, you know, relatively well. You know, there are some core problems we have had, in that, like, you know, some messy rotations, and all that. But overall, things are good. Ugh, boy, yikes. Alright. Unfortunately, we cannot see if wards are in stock or out of stock right now, because it is a replay. I assume there are still wards in stock because of, like, the way that the map looks. Are you having them brought out? Yeah, you are. Alright, good. We should have brought a TP out with that. And again, I say Windlace, but, you know, that's just me. Me, the loyal Windlace lover. Okay, Lina has her Bloodstone. That's something that we definitely need to be aware of if we are not already aware of that. Okay. Nice, working double duty. Oh, nice. Alright. Oh, boy. Unfortunately, didn't pin out. Yeah, this is rough. I mean, you're gonna die, but your teammates are getting kills, and that's what's important. Seems a little unnecessary, but, you know, it is what it is. And all the while we're splitting the map. That's good. Yes, I mean, we're just going to die there. I'll be honest. I mean, I think you were just going to get screwed by that clockwork. Man, PA. PA with this Battle Fury build. This is some stuff right here. Alright, so we're going 4 staff. Perfect. Alright. We listened in retrospect. Not that carefully because we don't have Winleys, but again, that's just me being super nitpicky. Well, what I want to like talk more about once we get farther into these fights, especially in like the mid to late game, is just how you are functioning, like stealing spell buys, which is why, you know, because Rubick is relatively simple, right? Rubick is, let's see how to get to this. Rubick as a hero fundamentally is simple. The hard part is just in stealing other people's abilities, right? And I'm glad, again, we talk about this all the time on the show, and in this replay, in that you are getting gold off the map, because if you were not getting it, nobody would get it, right? In this mid lane, like, one of the common mistakes by supports is just not getting enough gold, and then they complain that they don't have items, but, you know, they've been squandering potential gold. Anyway, back to Rubick. So, one of the core things on Rubick, you still don't have a TP scroll. One of the core things on Rubick is just to have a... Like, he's just not that difficult fundamentally because, you know, you have Telekinesis and Fade Bolt. That's it. The hard part is just in using Spell Steal properly and weighing the pros and cons of, alright, am I going to steal Dragon Slave, or am I going to steal Battery Assault, or am I going to steal Power Shot, or am I going to, you know, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, yada. So it's something to be very aware of, and that's what we're going to be talking about once we get further into it. Again, I'm really happy to be seeing this. You're just getting so much money off the map that other supports would be wasting. And that's probably why you're in the 4Ks. Because that's a, like, fundamental thing about supporting that's really good, but a lot of people mess up. Alright, this is a good start to a gank. Oh wow, what the heck just happened? Alright, we're gonna kill Luna instantly. That's perfect. Unfortunately, Storm Spirit is getting low, but he will escape anyway. Okay, we're coming through. We've stolen Lucent Beam. Lucent Beam's a great steal. Spammable nukes, easy game. Alright, sick play. And we didn't use Black Hole because we didn't have it up. So we can push this tier 2, probably, I would say. Is this your ward? Can we see? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is a great ward spot. I find these wards, so this is a common ward spot if you're pushing tier 1. And it's been up for a while, so maybe that's what you used it for, but honestly I can't remember. Regardless, I really like having these wards in the middle of lanes. It is an uncommon spot, so unless they have like a gem, they're generally not going to buy it, or not going to put things there. But people always think like, oh, I'll deward here, or oh, I'll deward here, or here even, or, you know, up here, you know, these spots. But people don't commonly deward the lanes, and having lane wards deep, especially like a lane ward like right here, it reveals so much. Say, alright, like if they're going to jungle, you watch them go into the jungle. And sure, it's not a jungle ward, so it doesn't give you current information, but it gives you enough information that you can make assumptions based off of. And say, okay, so I have a ward right here. I saw Jakiro go through this way, and we have a ward here, and we know he didn't come into this path. So that means he is probably farming and or stacking this camp or this camp. And then, you know, you can use that information and go kill him or whatever. I really like these wards. I don't do them super often because a lot of times, you know, you can get away with just a more generalist ward. But in a game like this, boy, looks like the Moonshard Battle Fury PA is not great at living. Nonsense. Okay. Oh God, it's just thought of like Moonshard Battle Fury PA or Battle Fury Moonshard PA. Ugh, I'm gonna throw up my mouth a little bit. Okay, anyway, yeah, we're farming again. This maybe is getting to the point where like we're doing a little too much, but then again, you know, your teammates are pretty farm oriented, so it is what it is. They're taking a tier 2, but honestly, like, they have Luna, Wind Ranger, Jakiro, like, that's just gonna happen. Okay, I'm glad you're here. Your teammates are not, evidently. Oh boy, it's unfortunate that did not latch. Okay, nice. Yikes. Oh boy. Alright, so she got a lot of damage on the tower, which is a scotch unfortunate. Your team does have 2 Midases, right? Like, just very basically, like, weighing the value of each team. If we look towards the late game, you guys, I would say, out late game them, right? Like, Luna is good in the late game, but not... I mean, Luna's good in the late game, for sure, but I would say not... Like, it's not like a Spectre or a Morphling, right? And the fact that you guys have 2 Midases and they have none... Yeah, they have none. Gives you another advantage there. Oh, wow, what a... Okay, throw him back. Oh, yikes. Alright. Well, they ulted you immediately. Luna's Shadow Blade. Storm Spirit also has his Bloodstone. Oh, boy. Man, this Storm Spirit is, like... the epitome of willful... what's the phrase? Willful ignorance? No. She just does stupid things. I don't even want to, like... Yeah, I don't even want to use, like, an idiom. Like, that was just wild dumb. Alright. Okay. We will have our Force Staff ASAP, though. Right? Yes, okay. We chose 60 damage. Okay, so honestly, I usually choose 60 damage because I'm greedy and I like to farm and all that. But I will say, God, this freaking PA build's so bad, dude. Your team, I don't know if you guys win or not because I try to watch these without, like, tainting the experience and knowing the end. But, man, this PA build is like, this is some stuff that's not meant to be in the 4K to 5K bracket. Okay, nice. Okay, alright, okay. Move forward, pick, oh boy, okay. Jakira really telegraphed that, so it's unfortunate that we missed that up. Again, I mean, so Lucent Beam doesn't have that long range. I thought the range was longer. Okay, we are here. We have stolen Lucent Beam for the 900th time. Okay, oh boy. Just seems like a bad fight, I'll be honest. A lot of these fights that you're losing are not like, oh boy, you misplayed. It's more like a, you know, your fight is awkward, your team is not super mobile, and their team is, and you guys are just getting picked off from the sides. PA's build is horrendous, and so she's just worthless. Now you know why, like, on Tier Guide Thursday, we always, like, people joke that, oh, we just flame our teammates for the last 20 minutes. But, you know, it's hard not to when you see things that are just so monumentally dumb. Oh my god, this Storm is... he's living life on the edge. That is for certain. Okay. Anyway, yeah, back to the talent choice. I personally, generally, I get the plus 60 damage often, but I will say plus 60 GPM is many times the better choice. When you look at it, right, 60 GPM, you're getting it around, like, your level 10, so let's say 20 minutes. You're going to be getting level 10, you know, on average. Then, you know, let's say the game lasts 20 more minutes. You know, it's 2,400 gold, that's an extra item. Whereas 60 damage, you know, it's good, but you know, in a lot of games you're not gonna be able to hit people. You know, it's a little finicky. Well, one of the other big things to think about is that your damage that you get from the talents is reliable gold, right? Because it factors in just like your, you know, you get your whatever it is, like 1.6 gold per second. That is reliable gold, which is a big additional value. Whereas, you know, plus 60 damage, you know, theoretically we're saying, all right, we're using it to farm. Even though we are using it to farm, the farm that we're getting is unreliable gold because it's creeps and all that. Okay. Okay, this is a bit scary. Okay. Alright. Oh boy. Oh, nice. Alright. Alright, we still have our Q. We can throw these people. Oh boy. Alright. We had a great ult at least. This PA is still just doing whatever the heck he or she wants instead of like playing the game properly. Boy, this Storm Spirit, 4 Bloodstone charges, he's not having the time of his life. So, in that fight, let's go back. Okay, so you're a bit out, right? Like your team is backing off. You are the squishiest person on your team. You know, you don't really need to be right here. Okay. We force staff downhill, which is an alright call when Ranger's coming up here. I feel like the safer thing would have been, like, alright, so you going downhill, A, puts you at a vision disadvantage, but B, puts you farther from your tower, right? Whereas if you force staff this in this direction, like where he's standing right now, she's standing right now, then, you know, everything is fine because you are splitting up the fight and getting safer closer to your towers, right? Like, it's not a huge deal, obviously. Like, yeah, sure, you guys still pretty much won that fight. I mean, you lost a mid and a support for a carry and a support. So, in this game, right now, alright, let's see if you've made any decisions of what item you're going to buy. Okay, you have not. So, you have a 4 staff. Does your team have any Glimmer Capes? No. No, we do not. Okay. So, personally, I would say, I would go on maybe 1 of 2 paths. There are 3 paths, alright? So, let's talk about the 3 paths. There is, or 4, I guess. Okay, let's just say 3. Okay, so you could go Blink next, which would get you super mobility, right? You have 4 staff and Blink. You are moving around the map like no other. Your next option is a Yule's Scepter, which I think is very good this game. You can Yule's the Wind Ranger when she's trying to kill your enemies. You can Yule's the Lina. You can Yule's tons of things, but Yule's does set up for the enemy Jakiro or for the enemy Lina. Let's watch these fight. Your third option is Glimmer Cape, by the way. God, this Storm Spirit is just so horrendously bad. That was a good jump. Don't use this shrine. Okay, good. Yeah, you just gotta accept, cut your losses at that point. You guys were just kind of out of position. I feel like this is a good game, a good lesson in don't help your friends. Because boy, don't help this this freaking oh my God, your teammates don't have CC. Oh my gosh, everything is just going horribly. Oh, nice. All right. Okay. Where are we? We just respawned. Our courier died. Storm Spirit didn't die for once. That's a plus. He has 2 Bloodstone charges. 2. Not great. Not a great game to be playing Storm Spirit. Power Shot's a good steal. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if you're just grabbing whatever you can. You should be de-pushing this, though. Especially, I mean, if you're not paying a ton of attention, you wouldn't know that it's a catapult wave. But, you know, that is important information. Alright. Again, I do think we out-late game them, so, like, drawing this game out is fine. We're 15. I would pick the health in this game. Yep, okay, you chose health. Sometimes I choose int if I'm feeling really like they're just not killing me and I can kite them like crazy. But, because it is also like an extra 1% spell damage. Adds more mana. But the 150 health. Well, right, whenever you're looking at these talent choices, one of the biggest things to think of is, do I get this benefit from elsewhere in my build, right? So, using Rubick as an example, right? You have the 150 health. Are you getting health from any of your primary items? Okay, so then you have to go through, alright, what are my primary items? My primary items are Mana Boots, Force Staff, a Blink Dagger, a Glimmer Cape, an Aghanim Scepter. So, going with those, let's say 4 items, none of those give you health until Aghanim Scepter, which is a big ticket item, right? It's 4,200 gold, it's a lot of commitment, it takes a while to get. Whereas 15 int, like, you got int from your Force Staff. You're going to get int from the Aghanim Scepter also. You have a lot of benefits already from these things. Okay, we're losing our tower, but we don't have Black Hole. Man, he is going in on that. Alright. And a good Black Hole, but not good enough because he has been hookshotted. Okay, we could be force staffing down this hill. Okay, we're following up. Nice, alright. We have 3 for 1. Alright, nice, easy kills. Okay, so that fight was not great. Obviously, we lost our racks, but considering we did not have Black Hole and we did not have our Storm Spirit up, we did make the best of it. Again, it just is unfortunate, obviously, that we lost our racks. A minor gold lead for the Radiant team, but that is, you know, relatively minimal, right? 3k gold lead at 34 minutes, whatever. Okay, so you are building Yules. Alright, that's good. I like the Yules, especially when you have Yule's Blink. Like, Yule's Blink has a ton of synergy that, you know, Yule's plus Force Staff doesn't. But Yule's just in general is a great delay item, and in a game like this, it is nice to be able to delay. Yes. Yeah, so Yule's, I agree with. Again, I would have had the Windlace earlier. I always say that. Like, if I'm playing a support, I'm building a Windlace. Like, Brown Boots, Windlace, Magic Wand, or Magic Stick. Early, every game. We've not been de-warding this game. The enemy team has been warding, but not, like, a tremendous amount. But I don't think we've de-warded a single time. So, keep that in mind in the future, going forward. I'm glad that everybody doesn't like Storm Spirit, not just me. Wow, this is... Lena took the Aegis. I mean, I do not support their speech, but I do agree that PA is not good at Dota 2 with this build. Like, he impulse bought a Moon Shard. Who does that? Alright, he's 25. What is he going to choose? I feel like something this crazy does go double Stifling Dagger. Let's see, what's he going to choose? Oh, he went for Agi. Alright. That's safe. We got picked off. Let's go back. Sorry, I get distracted making fun of somebody. Alright, so they just warded up here. We know that. Or Enigma knows that. Oh, you know what? We don't really need to deward, because we have Night Stalker with the Ag's gem. Okay. Oh boy, yikes. Okay, so this got pinged out, and then you kind of died anyway. Ooh, must have been a misclick. So that was unfortunate. I mean, it was a nice play by them, but the fact that Enigma pinged out the ward should have made you a little more conservative. It's weird that he bought Ags this early. Like, I go Enigma Ags. I think Enigma Ags is very good, but you build it against strength lineups with a lot of HP. This lineup doesn't have a lot of HP. Like, Luna, 2k. Clockwork has a lot of HP, 2500. Because, you know, he's Clockwork. Chikiro, 1800. Windraider, 2k. Lena, 2200, right? Like, I mean, it's good, sure. It just, you know. Okay. Oh my god, what the heck are my teammates doing? What an absolute mess. Alright. Okay, what are we gonna steal? Nothing, because it's on cooldown. Oh, yikes. That was just a catastrophe. So, talking about the game overall, not just you, your team engaged on multiple targets, right? The cardinal sin of team fighting is you tried to kill multiple different people at the same time, so all of them lived. Yikes! All right, I wonder if you guys lose here. This is definitely a lane of racks. Oh my god. Dude, I wish I could report this guy for feeding right now. Dude, report Storm indeed. Report all. What is this guy's name? Let's shame him publicly. Carbonil. First match, 2011. 681 commends. I wonder if he did commend trading. Alright, so let's talk about this game from like an overall perspective, right? Not just a like, hey, your teammates suck perspective. So the game went alright as far as your play is considered, right? I think your team fight steals, from what we saw, were a little too impulsive, and you should have been holding back a bit more. To use an example, right? Stealing from Jakiro is going to give you something very valuable every time, whereas stealing from Luna is only going to give you something valuable, you know, every once in a while. When you're playing Rubick, you just have to make a list, right? I feel like I should just make a video just about making lists in Dota 2. When you're playing Rubick, you have to make a list. All right, what are my top priority spells to steal? What are my lower priority, and what are worthless to steal? Right. So in this game, top priority are like Laguna Blade and Eclipse, Macropyre. Not even Macropyre, honestly. I'd kind of rather have like Ice Wall than Macropyre. Let's go to the score screen. You know, basically you want to make like an idea in your chart. So in a team fight where there's 5 people, right? If you know, all right, you know, we have a lot of range on spell steal, we can potentially be stealing things. Whereas Rubick at level 1, right? Let's look. Rubick spell steal level 1 has a 20-second cooldown, right? So that means basically you're going to be stealing 2 abilities per fight. right? Or you're going to be coming into into a fight with one ability stolen, and then in the middle of the fight or in the beginning of the fight or whatever, you're going to steal another ability. Whereas, with Scepter or whatever, a later game, you're going to be stealing multiple abilities per fight. So, in this game, you have to prioritize. You want to prioritize your stealing CC, right? Because your team lacks CC, right? You are the only. Storm Spirit, GG. He has CC. You have CC from Enigma, and then you have Silence from Night Stalker. But you need more lockdown, especially against this highly mobile team, right? So in that, you want to prioritize stealing Ice Breath, or what the heck is this ability called? Frost. Oh wow, it doesn't do that. Twin, whatever. Jakiro. Yeah, okay. You want to be stealing Ice Path. That's the ability I'm looking for. Go back. All right. You want to be stealing Ice Path. You want to be stealing LSA, and you want to be stealing why cannot I think of names of abilities? The freaking. Oh my gosh, I'm like embarrassed. The heat's getting to me. Shackle Shot. Jeez. All right. And to a lesser extent, Clockwork, you can steal his abilities, of course, but they're less useful, right? Just because, they require you to be in the fight, and if you're in the fight, you're dead. So, in short, to apply this to overall in all games, look and see what is my team missing, what does the enemy team have, and then prioritize in these team fights and in skirmishes, etc., stealing the things that your team needs or that are, the most efficacious, I think that's a word, from the other team. Right, and especially like even at the end of fights, right? If a fight's about to end and you see like, oh well, there's an opportunity to steal LSA, perfect, steal it, right? Because you don't need a Lucent Beam for the 30th time. So yeah, that's that. Overall, I would say you played well. Like this was one of those unfortunate games where their mid was very useful and your mid was very not useful, and you didn't get a lot out of your off lane, but both teams kind of didn't get a lot out of their off lane. Actually, well, both team offlanes were fine, but supporting-wise, I think you did relatively well. The enemy teams roaming for Clockwork did a ton of work. Your Jungle Enigma had a couple big teamfight wins, but nothing to warrant the amount of greed he had. And your PA's build was absolute nonsense and should not exist in any way, shape, or form in a game of Dota 2. So, that's that. If we look to the scoreboard, in case anybody's interested, that's that. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for watching. If you have any specific questions, or whatever else, let me know on Discord, discord.gg/.p. I'm at Ursinity, and you can tweet me. You can do all those kind of things if you would like more feedback or if you have some questions for me. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.